Welcome back to the, I'll handle this.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome back to the Dan Geiger Show right here on WCCO Radio. Late nights featured. I'm Dark Star. I'm a guest on the show this evening. Proud to be here. And Danny, the Christmas bit that we did with Santa's flatulent helper probably got more negative reaction than anything I've ever done in my life.
I think it's timing.
But a reality nonetheless.
Gives a new meaning to the term pull my finger. Let's listen to this from December on the Dark Star Show.
With Susan Blanch. The very sad situation that we're talking about here this morning on Dark in the Morning, a strange situation at the Crossroads Mall in Blaine. We had a situation where early in the Christmas season here, we had a Mr. Elton Blahoviak.
Good morning.
Was a Santa Claus, served as a Santa Claus, and was fired by Jacqueline Vanderbilt DuPont Renoir.
That's right.
Yes, you run the mall. Your husband, I believe, owns the mall, a series of malls.
Yes.
Yes. Now, Mr. Blahoviak, according to the information that I have, you were dismissed by Mrs. Vanderbilt DuPont Renoir for reasons that aren't clear to me. And
I just don't understand it myself either.
what do you assume that the problem was?
I don't know. What she claims is it's just not known to me, Mr. Darkstar.
You like being a Santa Claus.
I love it. Oh, you get me started, boy. I get my belly shaking like a bowl full of jelly and watch out.
I can imagine you do. That's very good. Okay, now what do you do during the when you're not? I think we're on to something here. What do you do when you're not Santa Claus, like during the year?
Oh, well, I'm a farmer.
Okay, and it says here on your resume that you also make cheese.
That's right.
Yes, cheese. Very good. Let me think now. Mrs. Vanderbilt DuPont. Mrs. Vanderbilt DuPont.
Reindeers are landing.
Yes, with toads attached to them or something there. Mrs. Vanderbilt DuPont Renoir, what happened here? This is the man wanted to be Santa Claus. He's been a Santa Claus. He's also a cheese farmer. Dairy products and make cheese. What happened?
I don't think him wanting to be a Santa Claus is the issue here. I think the issue here is his floof. Yeah. We have had to have fumigation of the royal throne, the Santa Claus throne. We've had children.
I don't know what she's talking about.
We've had the odoriferous stench is just overwhelming in the elf village. It's awful.
Elves complain?
The elves have complained.
Little
the
people.
Photographers complained. Mrs. Claus has complained. Parents have complained. Store shops along the mall have complained.
Let's go back to the elves for a minute. From what I've been able to surmise here this morning, there's a strong possibility that in the standing position, the elves might have been at eye level.
So you're telling me that's my problem?
Well, I mean, you hired the man.
I don't know. I think it was the reindeer myself.
Let me ask you this. Do you eat a lot of Mexican food or
just cheese?
Just cheese.
Just cheese.
Okay. And have kids complained about anything?
No.
Not to you.
I don't know what she's talking about.
The kids wouldn't normally complain.
Everyone's happy. Some of them, they tear up when they see me. I think they're just glad to see Santa.
To be honest with you, I was aware of this condition during the interview. However, I thought maybe he had a spicy lunch.
Right.
I didn't think that this would be an ongoing, constant thing that would be frightening away the children, the parents, and some of our merchants are complaining.
Let me just move my chair a little closer to the wall here. By the way, is there a way we could open this window? Sir, has anyone ever said anything to you in the past? How old of a man are you, sir?
I'm 54.
54 years old. And how long have you been playing Santa Claus?
For 21 years.
21 years. And always in a mall situation, basically?
Well, usually just out on the farm.
Oh, okay.
People drive by, and I have
you
a little
wave?
sign out. I put my lights out on my fence, and they stop, and I wave.
Kind of wave?
I say, "What would you like for Christmas, little boy, little girl?"
Right. Now, you've always done this outdoors?
Yes.
There. Yeah, yes. I think we're getting a little closer to the heart of the matter here. I want to ask, is this the first time you've worked indoors?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is. At Crossroads Mall.
Right, the Crossroads Mall. Now, Mrs. Vanderbilt DuPont Renoir, when you interviewed him, you must have gone through some form of process to find out what kind of Santa Claus he would be. Did he have references? I mean, what?
Oh, his references were impeccable. As a Santa Claus, he is a fine Santa Claus.
Right.
It's this other condition that has been a nuisance.
I hear you.
And as I said, it was apparent during the interview of this situation.
I think I know what it is. It's the cheese, isn't it? See, I brought sample trays of
I think there's a case to be made for that.
Yes, I brought some to the mall, and I think the Hickory Farms people there got a little upset because I had my own sample tray of cheeses there
Right.
that I had cut myself.
Cut the cheese?
I did, yes, all by myself.
Now we're gaining on it. Okay, now, do you think...
That's got to be what it is.
Well, I'm guessing you're right.
That's what the security guard said.
All right.
He
Now,
said, quit cutting the cheese.
right.
Yes.
And the tray that you brought, that's what you
That's
thought he was
right.
talking about?
Yes.
Let me assure you, sir, there are two sides to this coin. There's a strong possibility, strong being the key word, that cutting the cheese here may have a different connotation than what you think there on your little tray. Now, let me ask you this, Mrs. Vanderbilt Dupont Renoir. If he would be able to clear up his condition, if you know what I mean, would there be a chance that you might reconsider his employment?
Of course, he's a fabulous. It's just the condition is enough that my merchants are complaining, and we all know the bottom line, don't we?
Right. You got to keep the merchants happy. They pay the rent.
Exactly.
Santa Clauses, they come, they go.
Santa Claus is here for a month.
Right. A month.
If I left the cheese tray at home, would that solve the problem?
I
Then?
think
Are we getting to the bottom of this?
If we could put you on a diet of, say, water and what?
Maybe wheat germ or
Wheat
something.
germ.
Got to get some of that stuff out of there. You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I'm willing to do whatever I can
To be Santa Claus.
Yes, I love Santa.
All right. We want to thank you for being with us this morning. We wish you nothing but the best of luck with it. Do you have any idea at all that about every 45 seconds you actually fart? I mean, really? Does that occur to you at all?
It's the reindeer.
It's the reindeer.
Yep, it's a reindeer.
Mrs. Vanderbilt Dupont Renoir, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Dark Star. Excuse me.
Very good. Elton Blahoviak, Santa Claus, with a small problem, and we hope at some point that he'll be able to remedy this so that he can entertain the wonder of Christmas with children sitting in his lap, being thrown 6, 7, sometimes I hear 8 feet in the air for absolutely no reason.
Could I shake your hand?